Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. I'd like to apologize if the video quality is not super great. I'm using the front camera on my phone, which does not have nearly as many settings or controls as the back camera. Today I'm going to be doing a little New Year's tradition of mine that I've been doing for the past 2 years. So this will be my 3rd year doing it. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to be sharing my New Year's artist resolutions. They're kind of broad. I know in a previous video I shared my sketchbook resolutions, which were more about that particular sketchbook and things I wanted to do in my sketchbook. But these ones are much broader. They're about art in general and also about planning like my art career and all that. So they're very broad. So there's a lot of them because it's not such a narrow category. So the tradition that I do every year for the past 2 years, 3 years now, is I paint a figure based on this year's Chinese zodiac. And when I did it the first time, I didn't intend for it necessarily to become a yearly tradition, but I liked the first one so much that I decided to keep going. I make a male figure based off of the animal of that year, and I have several stipulations or restrictions or whatever guidelines for how it's going to look. So they're always kind of crouching or sitting, which gives it a cohesive composition to each piece. And the colors I use are very restricted. I only really use red, indigo, and then gold and silver. I do use like a tiny bit of some other colors to bring in a little bit of a flesh tone, right? But it's very faint. I really don't use much. And I've kind of decided to alternate every year which color is the background color and which color is the color of the character. So the first year I did it, it was the year of the tiger, and I did a white tiger with red stripes, and then the background was dark blue. And then last year was the year of the rabbit, and the rabbit figure was blue and the background was red, you see? And so this year we're back to a blue background and a red figure, and this is the year of the dragon, which I'm very excited for. I think he's going to be very cool. I've already sketched him out and transferred him because I think that repeatedly showing the transfer and sketching process in every single video where I complete something is going to be a little boring after a while. So let's get into the New Year's resolutions. My first resolution is to get comfortable with digital art. There are a couple of projects that I'd like to complete, do, whatever in the future. I'd like to make a comic. I'd like to open up my options for how to make money as an artist. So theoretically doing commissions, maybe not, I'm not certain yet, but if I wanted to, and I wanted to do commissions online, I'd be much more comfortable doing digital commissions rather than doing original watercolors or whatever and sending them in the mail. And of course, if I'm making a comic, I absolutely do not want to do that traditionally. So yes, I would like to get comfortable with digital art. And the program I would be using would be Krita, and I have a really old like drawing tablet that I can hook up to my laptop. So I have everything I need. I just need to actually do it. My second resolution is to make a comic, as I mentioned. I have an idea, I have the entire plot in my head. I just need to finish scripting it and, get started with thumbnails and all that. I think it's a really good first comic. It's not like too long, it's not too short. It doesn't have like a huge cast of characters or anything. It's fairly simple. So I think it will be a nice, achievable first comic. And I would like to finish it this year. My third goal is to make a website. I would like to make a personal website, probably with Squarespace or something like that, where I can host my art in a more professional manner than Instagram, because that's my only online portfolio at the moment. I would like to have a shop in the future. I would like a place to put that all together and have it be nice and professional and lovely and all that. My fourth goal is to complete Perspective Made Easy. This is an art instruction book. I would like to complete all the lessons in that book this year. It's not a very long book, and I've read through some of it. It's, they start out very, very straightforward, and I would really like to work on my perspective, so I want to complete that book. 5 is another book that I would like to complete. I would like to complete Painting in Watercolor. I believe the full title is Painting in Watercolor, The Complete Guide. This is a much larger book, but it's also full of a lot more pictures. It's less text heavy. I've done a couple of the lessons so far, just the most straightforward ones, but I would really like to complete it because I can tell completing this would really, really take my watercolors to the next level. And also, it's a gorgeous book. Like, it's so pretty, that I think completing it would be an absolute joy. Goal number 6 is to read Hawthorne on Painting. This is a collection of lectures by an art instructor on painting. So I would like to read that. It is a very small book, but it also has small text, so it's not like that. It's not like an afternoon read. It's a very dense, small book. My 7th goal is to get a business license because I'd like to sell my art. I'd like to start, if not selling my art online, I'd like to start making money from my art, potentially selling originals online, or doing commissions, or selling my artwork locally in my town and all that. And of course, if I get my YouTube channel monetized this year, I'd like to be able to do that. Or, I don't know precisely what I'm going to do for monetization, but I do have lots and lots of ideas. We'll kind of see like what seems to be the natural course of action, but I do have a plan for whichever one I end up following. Yes, I'd like to have that all above board and tidy and all that. Number 8 is go to every local art event I can, even if I don't bring art. So even if I'm not participating as, an artist at the event, or selling my art, or showing my art, I would like to go and talk to local artists and the people running these venues and really connect to my local art scene. My town does have a good art scene, a nice, strong community of artists, and I'd like to be a part of that. I do think I'm one of the younger people trying to be a part of that, of the IRL art scene in Port Townsend, or in my town. But I really would like to. I did a tiny bit of that. I stepped into that a little bit last year, but it was the last event for the thing I went to of the year before it got too cold, because it was an outdoor event, but I had a lot of fun, so I'd like to do that again. It was great fun, even if I don't get any customers from it or whatever. It was so nice to talk to other artists, like in person. Number 9 is do more anatomy studies, at least 1 per week. I kind of forgot about this goal, and I'm recording this in the first week of the new year, and I actually have done that. I didn't mean to necessarily, but I am completing Mini Small's 30-day sketchbook challenge, and I've just done, and just yesterday I did a prompt that ended up being an anatomy study, so that was cool, actually. That's pretty cool. I am totally on track, even though I completely forgot about this goal. But yes, either through line of action or just pictures on Pinterest or whatever, one day a week I would like to do an anatomy study, just to keep on top of it. It's a use it or lose it kind of thing. Number 10 is to fill 3 sketchbooks. I know I said this in my sketchbook goals video, but I do think that it's good to reiterate it here because it's also broader. It's beyond that first sketchbook I do think I am on good track for that. My first sketchbook of the year, Sketchbook 13, is somewhere between a quarter and a third of the way done already. I would say a quarter because some pages aren't completely finished. But yeah, I think I'm actually at a good clip on that. 11 is keep up with YouTube. I don't see myself having any trouble with that. I've been doing really well. It's not to say I haven't had some times where it's like been really close and I needed to get a video finished and I was like uploading it to YouTube the night before. But every day that I've said a video will come out, I've had a video come out. And I can only imagine it's going to get easier with time as I get more experienced with it. So yeah, keep up with YouTube. That's the only detail of that. Goal number 12 is do master studies of artists I admire. I tried to get started with that last year, and then I kind of set it aside and didn't pick it up again. But it was fun, the first one I did, and I really do think I need to start doing that, because it's a great way to learn from people, even if you aren't, speaking to them or whatever, or taking a class from them. I truly believe that you can learn from people without, like, demanding them making lessons for you or whatever. So one thing I did do to prepare for this is, like, actually make a little list of artists not just artists that I admire, but artists who have elements in their art that I want to emulate. Because there's a difference between, oh, I like this art, or, oh, this art is inspiring, and I want this in my art. There's a difference between that. So I needed to, like, comb through my inspiration Pinterest board and filter out the stuff that's like, this is what I want. This is not just giving me ideas. I want an element of this in my art. So I have already done that, and so I have a little place to look. Number 13 is draw stuff in real life, not just from my phone. So yeah, I think we all do this I think a lot of artists do this to some extent, where we just draw things from Pinterest or websites or photographs we've taken, and like, that's all great, but drawing stuff from real life, a three-dimensional object in front of your face, is so much more helpful. Studying from photographs is obviously helpful. It is how I've learned so far, but drawing from real life is like that times 10. So I like to do that. I like to go out and draw is it called plein air if you're drawing and not painting? I don't know. Urban sketching, whatever. I'd like to go out and draw in the field, as it were, and just draw things around my house and blah, 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 blah. All that kind of stuff. Goal number 14 is make more thumbnails. I used to do this a lot. I would make like 4 or 5, sometimes more thumbnails for each painting that I would do. And I would try to really hone in on the best possible version of my idea, instead of just making a thumbnail and being like, oh, that looks good enough, and moving straight on to the final sketch. I really do think this helped me a lot, and I just haven't been doing it. I've just been doing like 1, maybe 2, if I don't think the first one is good, and going with the first kind of thing that comes to mind. And I really feel like I need to start honing my ideas more again. And the final one, which may or may not make it into the video, is Reread Artpreneur. So, Artpreneur? I always pronounce that wrong. But yeah, it's like an artist business guide book that I found really helpful for like solidifying the ideas of how I want to move forward with my art and making money with my art and all of that. It was very helpful, it was very reassuring, and I just feel like I should reread it. Maybe not right now, because I didn't read it that long ago, but I do think that revisiting it in like a couple of months and rereading it would be very, very good to reinforce the lessons I learned in it, because it's full of great stuff. It's really full of great stuff. And yeah, I just want to make sure that it like sticks in my brain. So those are all of my art goals for 2024. If you have any art goals that you'd like to share for the year, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you enjoyed watching me paint my dragon. I hope it turned out good because I'm recording this before I paint it. Feel free to like, subscribe, and of course, leave a comment if you're feeling saucy. And I'll see you next time. Oh my god, I got so distracted reading that list, I totally forgot to tell you something really, really exciting. So I'm recording this on my phone right now. I haven't been using it just yet, but this is going to be so exciting for the channel. I got this for Christmas. This is going to be my new camera going forward. So this video won't be recorded with it because I do not have a camera mount at the moment. I ordered one. I don't know what arrived. It was not a camera mount. We need to return, so we're returning it. We're going to buy a different one. It was not what I ordered, but this is the Fujifilm XS10, and it is beautiful, and it is just, oh, it's so nice. So I can't wait to start recording with this. It's going to be great. It has a viewfinder, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be so good to have a viewfinder because I can't see what I'm recording if I'm recording like my face or top down or whatever. I can't tell if things are in frame or in focus without like standing up or moving around. So that is going to be so helpful. It has, you know, mechanical zoom instead of digital zoom, so I can zoom in and film from a little farther away and not have the camera be in my way, but also still have a close-up image without it being grainy. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. So as soon as I have a camera mount for this, we're going to, and I learn how to use it, we are going to be seeing, at the very least, I'm going to be having a significantly easier time getting good shots in my videos, and hopefully the image quality will also go up quite a bit. But yeah, so I wanted to share that with you because I'm very excited, and I want you to be very excited, and I want you to know that things are just going to keep getting better here on the channel. So anyway, actually, goodbye. Bye.